What is up, people? My name is BlankPage, and welcome to my journey to YGOPro card review, discussion, as well as reveal. Hopefully you guys will enjoy. Make sure you guys leave a like down below in the description down below if you guys are new to my channel, as I upload Hearthstone, Yugioh, and Pokemon content. So if any of that applies to you and what you like, hit that subscribe button and you guys won't miss out. Alright, so with that said, we're now just going to go over all the new cards that they revealed, and there is a lot of them. I bet you guys can tell by the duration of this video that there is quite a lot of cards, so we're just going to jump right into it. So, starting off, there is the Caverns Below, the new quest for Rogue. The quest says, play 4 minions with the same name. Reward, Crystal Core. Crystal Core is this, 5 mana for the rest of the game. Your minions are 5/5. So this is a good late game card, in my opinion. And having the quest play 4 minions with the same name is a rather difficult quest, I would say, to achieve. You have to play Gang Up as well as the new rogue card that they made, to where whatever card you draw, you can get a copy of it. It's I think a 2 mana card. I'll go over it later in the video. But this quest overall I think is going to be rather difficult to make, but Crystal Core I think is worth it, because if you play like a 1 to 2 drop card late game, or a bunch of them, and they're all 5/5s, that's a lot of 5/5s, and that is going to be a lot of momentum shifting in your direction. So I think this is going to be a pretty good late game card, and I think Crystal Core itself is just a pretty good card, because the rest of the game your minions are 5/5, and if you get it early on, then you're going to be set. So I think it's going to be pretty good, and I have high hopes for this quest and Crystal Core itself. Jumping into the next one, there is Hydrologist, 2 mana 2/2 Paladin card. It is a Murloc. Battlecry, discover a secret. So this is a very good card. It has the Murloc typing, to where you guys can search it out with Murlocs as well as buff it with Murlocs. And discovering a secret is very good. The discover mechanic itself is very nice. And discovering a secret from Paladin is also very, very nice. So this card can be put into 2 different decks. It can be put into the Murloc Paladin, and then it can also be put into the Secret Paladin. So this card can be widely used in those 2 decks, and I have high hopes for this card. I think it's going to be a great 2-drop for Paladin, and it's going to be used immensely in those 2 different decks. Next card is Volcanosaur. It is a 7 mana 5/6 beast, neutral card. Battlecry, adapt, then adapt again. Okay, so the adapt mechanic in general is pretty nice. You can make a card taunt, you can make it a divine shield, you can give it a rage or whatnot. So I think this card is going to be a pretty nice 7-drop. I kind of wish it was a 6-drop, but 7 mana is decent. So you guys can make this like a taunt with the first adapt, and like the second adapt, you guys can make it like a divine shield minion. So I think this card is going to be okay. I like how you can adapt twice with this card. It's rather interesting that they actually made that. So I have high hopes for this card. I think it's going to be an okay 7-drop. I don't think it beats out other 7-drops though, like Boom for instance. So but we'll have to see. This card I have high hopes for. I give it a 6 out of 10 rating. Next card here is Vilespine Slayer, 5 mana 3/4 rogue card. It is combo, destroy a minion. This is a very nice card. I wish it was 4 mana, but 5 mana is still something you guys can work with. I think this will be ran at 1 in most rogue decks. Rogue in general does not have good removal, so giving rogue another way to remove monsters from the board is a good thing for them. 5 mana is rather a lot though, like I've already previously stated. I wish it was 4 mana, but I think this is going to do its justice, and I think this card will be ran at 1 in most rogue decks, just because removal is great in Hearthstone, especially if you guys are going up against aggro or control. Next card is Unite the Murlocs, 1 mana shaman quest. The quest says summon 10 Murlocs, reward Megafin. Alright, so Megafin is this, 5 mana 8/8. Battlecry, fill your hand with random Murlocs. Okay, so 5 mana 8/8 is already amazing. The bonus of getting a bunch of Murlocs in your hand is even better. So I have high hopes for this card. It's definitely going to be a late game kind of card, unless you totally make your deck fast as hell. But I think he's going to be a great card. Once you play this, I don't think there's a chance that your opponent can come back, just because you have so much resources in your hand to play around with. I think Megafin is a great Murloc, a great legendary, and I think this quest is very nice. Summon 10 Murlocs, you do that anyways in most Murloc decks, so I think this is going to be a great card. Sadly, however, Shaman do not have anything can happen. That is a Paladin spell card, but I think Shaman is going to be set with this. Shaman Murloc is going to be great. It's going to be unstoppable once you play Megafin. By then, I think it's just GG, because that's so much resources that you guys will have. I mean, random Murlocs. That's a random. You can get another Megafin in your hand. You could. So, keep that in mind. Alright. Jumping into the next card here. It is Tolver Warden. 5 mana, 3/5. This is a Hunter card. Battlecry, draw 2 1-cost minions from your deck. This is a great card. It's great. 5 mana, it's manageable. 3/5, good stat line for Hunter. And just adding 2 1-cost minions from your deck is great. So I think this guy's going to be a great turn 5, a great turn 7, and whatnot. So he's great. He's a draw card, essentially. So keep that in mind. And I think he's going to be very, very nice for Hunter. So I give him like a 6 to 7 out of 10 stars, I guess. So yeah, that's Tolver Warden. Let's go over his brother now. Tolver Stone Shaper. 4 mana, 3/5 neutral card. Battlecry, if you played an elemental last turn, gain Taunt and Divine Shield. So I think this is a good card. You definitely want to put this in an elemental deck. Otherwise, it's just in a 4 mana, 3/5, which isn't horrific. That is Sledge Belcher, basically, which is a 5 mana card. But if you guys did play an elemental last turn, then this card, this gets even more insane. So I think this card's going to be great in elemental decks, and it's going to be a nasty 4-drop or 5-drop to deal with, because this card can be played on 4 and 5, if we can be completely honest here. So I think this card's going to be good. It's going to be played in elemental decks, and it's going to be a nasty bitch to deal with. Next up, we have the Hunter quest. It is the Marsh Queen. Quest, play 7 1-cost minions. Reward Queen Carnasa. Okay, Queen Carnasa is, oh my gosh. Look at this. 5 mana, 8/8. Battlecry, shuffle 15 raptors into your deck. Those raptors are 1 mana, 3/2. Battlecry, draw a card. This card is crazy. You play 1-cost minions anyways on Hunters, so this is just a bonus. This is just a bonus. 5 mana, 8/8 is great. Freaking Face Hunter just went off the charts. Beast Hunter just went off the charts. So, Queen Carnasa, 10 out of 10. It's going to destroy people. It will. The Marsh Queen quest, I think, is a great quest. You're going to be summoning 1/1 minions anyways. So, this is just a put into every kind of Hunter deck now. And I can see this card just being unstoppable. And the 1 mana, 3/2 Carnasa's Broods, since you have 15 of those and they all can just draw a card, they're just going to keep drawing into each other non-stop. So it's like infinite synergy almost. Yeah, this is gross. This is gross. And those 1 mana 3/2s can go with the Hyena card very, very nicely. So, yeah. Queen Carnasa, 10 out of 10. The Marsh Queen, 10 out of 10. Those Carnasa's Broods, 10 out of 10. They're all going to be very, very hard to play around with. Alright. Next up, we have the Paladin Legendary. Sunkeeper Tarim, 6 mana, 3/7. Taunt, Battlecry, set all other minions' attacks and health to 3. This is a bit of a tricky card to give a review of, because this is a kind of situational card. Let's say your board is filled up with 1/1 minions or 2/2 minions or whatever, and let's say your opponent's board is filled up with a bunch of devastating dragons that are all very high in attack and defense. You can make it to where your 1/1 minions can now take out those really high attack and health dragons. However, let's say your board is filled up with a bunch of crap, and your opponent has nothing. You can make it to where all your pieces of crap all now have 3 attack and 3 health, which is great. And let's say your opponent does have a board, and let's say you have kind of a board as well, and you play this, and it sets everything to 3/3, except this card. It will take 3 cards to knock out this one card since it has taunt, unless he has removal, of course. I think this card's going to be good, but it's a bit tricky. It's situational. In the right scenario, this card can go off and it can be really good. I don't think it's broken. I don't think it's even really that good, but it's not bad. It's just situational. I think it's going to be good. It's going to be played in some decks, but I don't see it like being the main resource in the deck that everyone will be focusing on. But who knows? Maybe Face Paladin will be a thing, and we'll just fill up the board with 1/1s, and then this guy will get played and make them all 3/3s, and GG. I don't know. Who knows? This card is just very, very odd. Next card is the Stone Sentinel. 7 mana 4/4 elemental. It is a shaman card. Battle cry: if you played an elemental last turn, summon 2/2/3 elementals with taunt. This card's insane. 7 mana 4/4 by itself is trash, but if you did play an elemental last turn, summoning 2/2/3 elementals with taunt is crazy. This card's going to be widely played in elemental decks, so beware turn 7. It's going to be a bitch. But yeah, I think this card's good. I gave it 9 out of 10 stars, because if you guys don't play it on curve with elementals before it, it's just a 7 mana 4/4 and it's worthless. But in the right situation, if you guys did play an elemental last turn, this card can be devastating. But yeah, it's weak to Flame Strike if you guys are going up against Mage. So Mage, you guys will be okay. Okay. Alright, next card we have Primal Fin Lookout. 3 mana 3/2 Murloc. Battle cry: if you control another Murloc, discover a Murloc. Alright, so this is going to be good in Paladin Murloc, and it's going to be good in Shaman Murloc. I don't know what else really plays Murloc all that much. But yeah, this is a good Murloc card in my opinion. Discover a Murloc is great, and 3 mana 3/2 is decent. So I think it's going to be great. It's going to be played in a lot of Murloc decks as a resource to get other Murlocs, because discovering a Murloc, you don't know what Murloc you can get. You can get a War Leader, you can get Mega Fin, you guys can get a bunch of crap. So Primal Fin is good, and he's going to be played in most Murloc decks for sure. Alright, jumping into the next one, there is Ozruk. 9 mana 5/5 neutral legendary. Taunt Battle Cry: gain +5 health for each elemental you played last turn. This guy's health can go pretty dang high. At most, this guy can be like a 9 mana 5/30 or something, you know. This guy can be crazy. He can be really high up there. At its medium range, this guy can be a 9 mana 5, like 15. If you guys played 2 elementals last turn or something. This guy can be great. However, he is very weak against removal. He is weak against silence, and he is weak against the Black Knight, which is a legendary card where it can just destroy a taunt minion. He's weak against all of that, but if your opponent has none of that, this guy is crazy. 9 mana 5, like 20, that's great. 9 mana 5/15, that's great. 9 mana 5/10, that's that's okay, but it's still gonna be great. So yeah, I think he's gonna be a great card, as long as he doesn't get like silenced or Black Knighted or removed by a spell card. He should be fine. And since he's gonna be in elemental decks, and from what we've seen so far with elemental cards, a lot of that removal will probably be placed on those cards instead of him, unless you're playing against like a very smart player who knows you probably have this card in the deck someplace. Yeah, he's a great 9-cost card, and I think he's going to be used in a lot of elemental decks, and he's going to be a pain to get around. But yeah, he's a good card. I give him 7 out of 10 stars. Alright, next card we have here, I couldn't find a good image of, but it is the Molten Blade for Warrior. 1 mana 1/1, but That doesn't even matter. Each turn this is in your hand, transform it into a new weapon. So it's not specific as to what new weapon it can be. It can be from just a warrior class, or it can be from every kind of class. So I think this is going to be a good card. Yeah, I don't see this card ever being that bad. You guys can just wait for the right weapon to help you in the right situation. So Molten Blade I think is going to be great. Yeah, I don't see a situation where this is a bad card. We gave Warrior another good weapon to play around with. Alright, next card is the Mirage Collar. 3 mana 2/3 Priest card. Battle Cry. Choose a friendly minion. Summon a 1/1 copy of it. So there is a lot of good cards out there in which you guys can make a copy of. There's Kel'Thuzad. There is Sludge Belcher. There is Sylvanas. Ragnaros. You know, there's a lot of good cards out there in which you guys can make another copy of. A lot of those cards I did just say are from the wild sets and aren't from like standard, but you know, in wild this guy's gonna be crazy. In standard he does have a few options still in which he can play with. I can't really think of any off the top of my head because I would actually have to like think about other cards rather than just this card itself. But I think he's gonna be a great 3-cost card for Priest, and it's probably going to help out a lot in Death Rattle decks and maybe Dragon decks. So we'll have to see. Mirage Color I think is going to be a great 3-drop, and I gave it 9 out of 10 stars. Alright, next card here is Mimic Pod. 3 mana, I believe this is a rogue card. Draw a card, then add a copy of it to your hand. So this card can be a bit clunky, because let's say you guys draw into a card you guys don't specifically want another copy of. You know, let's say that happens. But if you guys draw into the right card and you guys got a copy of it, a second copy of it, then great. That's great value. It's a good draw card. 3 mana is okay for its worth. I kind of wish it was 2 mana, but 3 mana is okay for it. And let's just say you guys get like 2 Von Cleefs or something. I don't know. This card can be great, in my opinion. So I give it 6 out of 10 stars just because you guys can get 2 cards that aren't very good from Rogue. But you guys can also get 2 cards that are extremely great. So Mimic Pod can be really good or it can be not so good. So we'll have to see. Next card we have is Manabind. It is a new secret for a mage. When your opponent casts a spell, add a copy to your hand that costs 0. This card's crazy. Let's say you're going up against Priest and they played Entomb or something. You guys can basically just steal that and then Entomb one of their minions next turn or something for 6 less cost. So I think this is a good mage secret. I think it's going to be played in a lot of mage decks. It's going to be a hard secret to get around. If you guys combo this in with Counterspell, it will most likely counter that spell, and yet you guys will still take it. So keep that in mind. I think this is going to be a great secret for mage, and it's going to be widely used, whether in Freeze Mage or in Tempo Mage or whatever else there is with mage. I can't really think of anything, but remember, Counterspell with Manabind is a combo, and it's going to suck when it happens to you. Alright. Next is Lost in the Jungle. 1 mana Paladin card. Summon 2 1/1 Silverhand Recruits. It's good. It's great. I like it. Alright. There's nothing to really talk about this card. It's 1 mana, summon 2 1/1s. It's good. I'll play it. Hell, I don't care. It's okay value. For turn 1, summon 2 1/1s. Great. Alright. Cool. I'll do it. Next card is Living Mana. 5 mana warrior spell card. Transform your mana crystals into 2/2 minions. Recover the mana when they die. So I think you have to be very strategical when playing this card. I think you have to be. Whether you're being the one playing the card or going up against this card. Let's say you guys play this on turn 5. Transform your mana crystals into 2/2 minions. Recover the mana when they die. There's probably a lot of strategical tactics you can play around with this, mess around with this with. Let's say you next turn you start killing off all. Let's say you summon something, and then let's say you then destroy all these, and you get all that mana back. It's a rather hard card to determine whether it's good or bad. It's a hard card to play around with and against. It's very strategical, so we'll have to see. Who knows if you'll even have mana crystals next turn until you kill off these things, in which case this card probably won't be that great. But we'll have to see. Mana, I give it a 6 out of 10 stars simply because it's seems odd to say the least. Alright guys, next card is Calamos. Primal Lord, 8 mana, 7/7 elemental for Shaman. Battlecry, if you played an elemental last turn, cast an elemental invocation. The invocations are these: 0 mana cards, Invocation of Air, Invocation of Earth, Invocation of Water, and Invocation of Fire. Invocation of Air lets you do 3 damage to all enemy minions. Great board clear, and it doesn't even affect you, so you're great. You're at good standings. Invocation of Earth, fill your board with 1/1 elementals. Oh my gosh. That coincides with this card perfectly. Ozruk. Well, hold on, let me make him smaller. Let me make him smaller real quick. Let's say you guys played this plus Invocation of Earth, and now you guys have 7 elementals on the board. Then let's say you destroy one of those 1/1 elementals. This guy's health will go up 5 times 7. That's 35 health. That's gross. That is simply gross. Alright. OP combo confirmed. It's on curve too. This is 8 mana. Next turn, you guys can play Ozruk on 9 mana and make him a 9 mana 5/35. It's gross. Invocation of Water. Restore 12 health to your hero. That's good. Invocation of Fire, 0 mana, deal 6 damage to the enemy hero. That's alright. This is a very, very good legendary. Very, very good. The stat line is perfect. The Invocation of Earth with Ozruk is a gross combo, and I think this is going to be great. Alright. Next card here, guys, is Gluttonous Ooze. 3 mana, 3/3 neutral card. Battlecry, destroy your opponent's weapon and gain armor equal to its attack. I've been waiting for a card like this. This is a great card. It's great tech. You guys will want to play 1 copy of this card in almost every single deck. Trust me. You guys will go up against Warrior. You guys will go up against Paladin. You guys will go up against Shaman and Rogue and whatnot. A lot on ladder. So play 1 copy of this in almost every single deck and destroy your opponent's weapon and then gain armor for it. It's great value, and it screws over your opponent massively. So yeah, play this card. I think it's going to be great. It's a 10 out of 10 star card for me, so it's going to be great. It's going to be great tech. Next card here is Flame Geyser. 2 mana Mage spell card. Deal 2 damage. Add a 1/2 elemental to your hand. This is okay. With spell damage, it can be a 2 mana, deal 3 damage. Add a 1/2 elemental to your hand. With Malygos, this can be a good card because you can deal 2 damage to anywhere you guys want. This is an okay card. It's alright. Nothing too great about it. In the right scenario, this card can be great. Helps with Malygos. Helps with the elementals. On turn 2, most cards have 2 health, but if you get this card late, it's not too good unless you guys are playing Malygos or something. But yeah, I think this is an okay card. It's adequate. Nothing too OP about it. Next card is Firefly. 1 mana, 1/2 neutral card. It is an elemental. Battlecry, add a 1/2 elemental to your hand. This is good because it's 1 mana. It's a good elemental you guys can play on any turn in case you guys need to get off another elemental effect next turn. So, Firefly, good card. I like it. It adds a 1/2 elemental to your hand, so it's good value. I like it. It's gonna be played in Shaman for sure, and he's gonna be played in Mage, and whatever else has elemental support. So, good card. I like it. Firefly, I like you. Alright, next card here is Curious Glimmer Root. 3 mana 3/3 priest card, battle cry, look at 3 cards. Guess which one started in your opponent's deck to get a copy of it. Alright, so a lot of people net deck on Hearthstone, and figuring out which card started in your opponent's deck shouldn't be that hard. It could be tricky sometimes, and at worst, this card is just a 3 mana 3/3, which is okay. But you guys can also get a card in which your opponent was playing. This card is okay. You have to play the guessing game, and I like that. It's fun. It's a fun card. And I really like that. I like how this card was made. This is a good card. I like it. 10 out of 10 stars. Even though it's, at worst, a 3/3. At best, you guys can probably get some crappy card or some really good card. So, we'll have to see. Next card here is Crystalline Oracle. 1 mana 1/1 elemental for priest. Death Rattle. Copy a card from your opponent's deck and add it to your hand. 10 out of 10. It's a Death Rattle. It's an elemental. It's a 1-drop. Priest doesn't really have that many good 1-drops besides Cleric. So this helps Priest in the early game a lot, because they don't necessarily have the best early game sometimes. So, and it also helps with the quest to get Amora, Warden of Hope. So I think this is a great card. I'm going to be using it. And stealing an opponent's monster or card from his or her deck is good. It can be a spell card or a minion. So who knows? You guys can get like a legendary. You guys can get a good removal card. You guys can just get a good like 5 to 6 drops sometimes. So Crystalline Oracle I think is really good, and I can't really see any scenarios in which he is trash. So yeah, I think he's good. He's gonna be played in most priest decks. Alright, we have Corrupting Mist. It is a 2 mana warlock spell card. Sorry again, I couldn't find a good picture of this one, but it says corrupt every minion. Destroy them at the start of your next turn. It's better than Corruption. Corruption is trash. Is it better than Doomsayer? Unless you play like a taunt minion or something with this card isn't very good, because you still can take damage after playing this. And most new players will probably run this without even thinking about that side effect of this card. You guys will want to play a taunt minion after this, or something in which can fight against the board. Corrupting Mist, though, this seems rather good. You guys will want to play this in order, though. Don't play the taunt minion first, then Corrupting Mist. No. Play Corrupting Mist, then play the taunt, or something. Play something in which you guys will receive less damage, because since this will corrupt everything and it takes a while for them to die. Yeah, this is a decent card. It's like a decent removal card. Just make sure you guys aren't stupid with it, okay? Alright guys, and last card here is Clutch Mother Zavis, a 2 mana 2/2 beast, which is weird, but it is for Warlock. Whenever you discard this, give it +2/2 and return it to your hand. So this has infinite value, good value, and this is going to be played in Zoo Warlock, and it's going to be played in Discard Warlock. Why it has the beast typing is rather odd. It makes me think that this card probably doesn't have much synergy, besides it being a discard kind of card with Warlock, but who knows. This has infinite value. At best, this is like a 2 mana 6/6 or something, maybe a 2 mana 8/8, even maybe a 2 mana 10/10. So I think this card is going to be great, and it's going to go off in Discard Warlock and Zoo Warlock. So yeah, Clutch Mother Zavis, I think it's good, and it has good value, and it's going to be played a lot. I still don't really get why it has the tag of Beast on it, because I don't think Warlock has any synergy with Beast. Only has synergy with Demon. But yeah, I like the card. I give it a 8 out of 10 stars. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this card review, discussion, and reveal. My favorite card out of all of this has to be Queen Carnasa. This card is gross. So yeah, this is my favorite card, in which I showed you guys today. Tell me down in the comment section down below, what is your favorite card that you guys saw in this video or have seen so far. And yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscription down below if you guys did enjoy. I upload Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and Hearthstone content, so if any of that is something you like, hit that subscribe button. I upload card game stuff basically. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care, and as always, adios.